Alright, round 2, versing Wes. Hey Wes, take us through your list, man.
Okay, so deployed, we've got a squad of 10 Devastators with 4 Heavy Bolters, great for Tyranids. We've got 2 tactical squads in Rhinos, both with Melter Gun Multi-Melter and a Whirlwind. And in reserve, we've got 3 squads of Deathwing Terminators, Belial, and a Librarian, which is, So, and some scouts. There's 10 scouts with bolt guns.
Alright, and so here's the board. Big volcano one. Here's the swarm. The whirlwind is targetedly right there, I'm hoping. And yes, we've got outflanking Gene Stealers. Alright, so game 2, more elite Space Marine list with the Deathwing. So 3 Deathwing squads with Belial as well as normal Marines backing him up and a Whirlwind. So I thought this would be an interesting game. Not playing any of the Elder or Tower, so definitely going to be having a fun game. So just getting into it. So I actually I thought to give you an idea, any of you Tyranid players, of what setting up this type of craziness or swarm type list involves. You can see here, here's my opponent helping me out with the setting up. So I chose this side of the table. Obviously there's a giant line of sight blocking thing there. I could throw my Venom Throat there and just chain everything to within 6 inches of my Venom Throat. So there, he's sitting in the middle. Pyrovore's out in the open, probably not the smartest place to put him, especially with Deathwing Assault landing or dropping down turn 1 and lots of missiles doing instant kills there. I not necessarily forgot about that. It was just, I thought, yeah, shoot at this if you want. Don't shoot at my Venom Throat, please. But yeah, Venom Throat instant dying and then blowing up some of the gaunts was pretty funny. This Whirlwind, you can just see where there's just chunks of models being taken. It did work. It was like my Bivores in game 1. It was like, yep, I'm firing here. Boom. And if you don't want a slow game, then you can't be precious about making everything spaced out perfectly and all that. Like in most of the games, we actually I got let me think. I got to turn 5. I got to turn 6. I got to turn 4, and then 2 games I got to turn. No, 2 games I got to turn 4, and 1 game I got to turn 3. So this was the turn 3 game. As in, we finished 3 game turns. We got up to turn 4, but we didn't actually play turn 4. And I really prefer having like the full game. I don't like winning or losing because we only got 3 game turns, which really sucks. So for me, I did everything I could, playing a swarm list to speed everything up. Like for me, I wasn't trying to space out crap to perfection. I wasn't trying to minimize my casualties by doing certain things. I got my opponent to move my thing. As I said, look, yeah, there's my first 12 guys, and then just move them, and then I would just move the back guys if I was trying to chain into what's it called, the Shrouded for the Venom Throat. So I think if you want to play a swarm in the tournament, you really can't be too precious. Like if I'm playing my elite type Tyranid list, where I think that's for the next tournament, I'll be playing, it's like 9 monstrous creatures and 50 models all up or something like that. That's with 30 gaunts to get a Tervagon that's a troop. If you want to play like that, then you can take a little bit more time, because most of the time you're going to get 5-6 turns easy. Or when you're playing with 100+ models and you're moving and then rolling for run moves, because it might make a difference if they're intermingling. Like sometimes I ask, if I knew there was not going to be any issues, I'd ask, can I just make my run roll so we don't have to move twice? But other times, like when you're moving these Gargoyles and Hormagaunts intermingling, it's, I'd say, bad form to do it otherwise, because you might be able to get extra movement, and I just didn't want to have that hassle. Something I started moving in later games was actually moving the Gargoyles to the opposite side of the Hormagaunts, and you'll see that in a game or two. Actually, next game I believe, because I found, especially in the first two games, the Hormagaunts and Gargoyles got kind of tied together. They just got in each other's way, and they were both fast, whereas the Termagants were relatively slower. So they, by splitting them out, maybe putting the Termagants and the Gargoyles together, and then the Hormagaunts as a I don't know, clean-up or something, just splitting them out a little bit, it helped. Though saying that, in the very last game, I put them on the same side. Anyway, moving on. Here, Wes had the right idea, and he's kind of collapsing my flank. I don't know, Deathwing. He was passing a lot of saves, and Deathwing are pretty good, as you can imagine. My baby maker, he actually, yeah, Wes made like 4 or 5 saves, 4 or 5 plus invulnerable saves, and my Tervagon failed to kill those 2 guys in combat, and lost like 4 wounds or something stupid like that. And so that was it. It was, I think my Tervagon right now is like on 1 wound left, and eventually he kills it, and then just explodes a whole bunch of dudes, a whole bunch of my Gaunts around there. Something he did do beforehand, and I didn't mention it, but you would have seen the black token with the Gargoyles, and actually another in the last game they did it as well. Because Tyranids now have a very, very low leadership all the way around, the telepathy spells really affect them. So this is pro tip for anti-Tyranid, in case anyone wants to know it. Telepathy screws over Tyranids nowadays like it's no one's business, especially like Gargoyles and shit like that. What he did there, he dominated my Gargoyles, which were which I had my Hive Tyrant surrounded, and so dominating means you have to do a leadership test to do like a move or a shoot or assault or anything like that. And I failed, of course, leadership 6, and now my Hive Tyrant couldn't do anything. Because I chose a walking Hive Tyrant, because we're playing a comp tournament. So that was really good tactics there. Here we thought it was a draw, but then I remembered it was a fast attack scoring thing. And I actually had 3 objectives to his 2. I think that's right, yeah. And so, or 3 objectives to his 1, because I was a contesting one. In any case, it was actually a minor victory to me. But as I said, I really don't like... I'd rather have drawn, and, turn 3, we're drawing, and then we play it out. I really would have rather that, and I know Wes would have as well. But in any case, on to the next game.